This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin shield evacuation.
Yeah, a bit rough there. Nice. Well, the ending was at least. The rest of that is pretty crap. I'll lose like a second here.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
There we go. Go through the beam properly that time. It's very hard to fuck up that beam. I did earlier somehow.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for it. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind. This is not a branching thing, unfortunately.
Not a time like I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Well, not
in this
the
game,
time I
you
thought it was
can
going to be.
only walk backwards.
It was still a slight time.
So
It
it's a
wasn't
short
second.
and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope. It's a short little
Alright, I'll
plot,
save time
it
here,
says what it
I
wants
think.
to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one. And that's it.
That's still not great, but that's like the best
the
one
meaning
I've
of
had
this
today.
game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Yikes.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early
Oh,
games.
you
He was
bastard!
really
Get
only
up
talking to
there.
me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I should have gone through that before slowing down. I was going for quick enough. If I hadn't bumped on the stairs, I might have actually been able to get that. I don't know.
A room that's
I'm up against a gold, so I will lose like 2 seconds here, but
filled with little ideas for
I guess it's
games.
not the worst. I can make it back up in puzzle.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Right, termination off. We're good to go. have bumped there if I had jumped. Nice, perfect level. That's actually going to be a gold. Because I've never gone through the door in 27 seconds. Will this be a 50 flat? I hope so. It should be. It really looks like it should be. Holy moly. That was really good. Okay. No. No gold. But still, again, very strong.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Wow, I'm actually ahead of world record. Barely. But I'm nearly, and I'm proud of my TV. So we get down skip. Otherwise the run
Let's
dies.
talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for
Oh
game
shit, I better not land on that. Alright, good.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has
Yeah!
certain things
Perfect
that it
down
does
skip.
poorly.
Fuck
One
yes.
of the things that it does very well is boxy linear
Oh!
corridors.
That
That's
was
why
pretty
so
much
many of
perfect.
Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just
Alright,
because
get
he's
on
working
here.
with what the
Come on,
engine
thank you.
does well.
That was a little slow. That's kind of bad, but whatever. Perfect
The
down
tools
skip.
available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider
Oh,
paying
what the
attention
fuck?
to the architecture
That
in
bumped out
these
as well.
games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors. It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly. Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system.
I think because those two bumps won't gold, but I should still save the
Use the
time.
1, 2, 3 buttons on your
Because I got
keyboard.
perfect down and I didn't do my last PB. No, I'm not going to tell you how to reach the end. Fuck you. Wow, that was perfect as well, that going for that door. Okay. This has been actually, you know, the only bad thing about this down is that those are 2 bumps. It's not, the rest of it is perfect.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
This is a little slow. Very solid. Very solid. I think I will save the time here. I'm not sure how much.
Okay, I can't
Don't
tell you
even know if
quite
this will
why,
gold.
but for some
I
reason,
think it,
Coda
I'm thinking it won't, but it might. I don't know.
It's
Can't
going to
remember.
appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Holy shit, I might actually be ahead of world record by this point. Maybe. Maybe not by much. Holy crap, please. I am! What a gold! What a gold! Let's go. Okay, focus, focus. I still gotta do notes. I have time to save here, and I can gold this as well.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly
not
after
ideal,
I met
but
him
it's fine.
at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for
This is
you.
good.
Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played. At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Ooh.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt,
Don't go that way.
get to know him better and actually kind of connect.
Oh, this would be a gold.
And I have to be
It's
honest,
still a good level. I will
this
save the
idea
time.
is really seductive to me. That I could just
Oh, maybe it will be a gold. Oh,
and
holy
see
shit,
the
this could
voices in
actually.
their head and get to know them better and have less
Okay.
of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda games so much. Is because it
game.
felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though
Yes!
he was inviting
Oh my god. Alright. Focus again. Need to
Okay, this one is
focus.
tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for
Get
a
ready.
few minutes. Hang with it.
Alright, slow it down because I don't want to bump there. Bumping is much slower than just slowing down so you can get through it properly. I think I could have gone away with it there, but yeah, we're good. Ah, get through! Ah, that's annoying.
See, like, this is
Ah,
it.
could have gone through that.
And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Alright, I will lose time on this slur. I'll lose like a second maybe. Unless I screw up the tutorial prison. In which case I will lose more time. I just need to save 3 more seconds and I could get world record. I do have 3 seconds to save within the run, but it's gonna be very difficult. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? Good question. Whee.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Excuse me. Alright. Oh, not perfect. At least I didn't bump there. Oh, I did bump. Oh, that's horrible. Oh no, that's ruined that level. I thought I did. Oh Jesus, that's 3 seconds gone.
Now the table is gone.
Oh,
and you
no.
can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Now I can't get world record.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the
I didn't think I was gonna
And
bump
version
there.
where
Holy
the
shit.
inside of the prison is the outside, and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen. personally, I think it's awful to work this. To see a
Oh
person
man,
basically
what a fucking horrible
unraveling
level.
their work. And for what?
I mean, I know this was good in my PB, but
maybe there are game
come
ideas
on.
other than this prison that I could be working with.
I've not had that happen
Coda
before in
doesn't
a
have
while.
that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going.
Even with perfect dialogue, this
And
won't
then he
be. This
hits
won't
us.
save time.
And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Such a disappointing level.
It's
Just
a
one for a bit.
conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
No, we press 2, then 1, then 2, then we press the key. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, 4 seconds lose. I'm losing 4
I can
seconds.
see why he considers this
Fuck.
a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the
That was perfect
obsession
dialogue
and
as well.
frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay, wouldn't that be nice?
Fuck. That is so disappointing.
So what would it look like?
I do have time to
if Coda
save here,
wanted
but
to make a
it's very
game about
unreliable
talking
time
to
save.
Someone other than himself. To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
I'm so gutted about that. Oh well, if I get, as long as this level's good, I should be good to go. Be solid here, and then basically I have to match my people in
You'll
every other
notice
level.
that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From
That's
here
good.
on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
No. It was stupid, sorry. Never mind. Oh. Damn it.
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful. I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face. I'm glad he made this.
I think this will be a
Glad
time
he found
save.
some peace.
I'm pretty sure. It'd be like 1 second or something. Who knows?
But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just
That was good.
can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Will I save time here?
Which
think
is
I
the
will.
whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Okay, now we can take a break for a bit. Have some Yazoo.
This one gets a bit goofy.
I just realised the mic, I do apologise. I was hitting the mic. I had a world record, surprisingly, because it was really bad in the world record run, that level. But I'm going to lose a ton of time in the epilogue, which is what worries me. Because I cannot get a faster epilogue than the world record, no matter how hard I try. I've got it down pretty well, but I'm not on the same pace as it. Where are my major time saves for this run? I think it's in Theatre and I think Island as well. I'm pretty sure that machine is pretty much perfect. I have like 1 second to save in Tower, but it's very hard to get. I basically need a perfect tower. And then on top of all that, I still have to match Epilogue. And Epilogue is, I said I've been doing it pretty well recently, but I only got 1 run with it. That was perfect. And that was my last PB.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are.
Nothing.
Oh,
No
and
one.
also you can move around the classroom now.
Faction.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences.
Luckily, this level is the exact same time every time, unless you delay the
Assuming some
dialogue,
other person is perfect
which you don't do.
and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Alright.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as
Yeah,
long.
okay, I have 2 seconds to
as
save here.
any other game before this.
But still,
And
it's
like
not
it's particularly
reliable time
complex.
save, I think.
So I remember I
1,
found
2,
that a
3,
little
4, 5.
strange.
I think it's here? If I recall correctly, it's right here-ish. If I end up missing, I'll be so angry. Oh, frame perfect. If I'd moved any further to the right, I'd be dead. The run would be dead. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. No, it's not. My dream is to... I don't have any dreams, actually. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Learning, I guess, but that's not profession. I'm super scared right now. I'm scared that I'm not going to get this world record. I would be on pace for it if it wasn't for prison. Or escape, whatever it's called, that level. If I end up not PBing, if I end up getting a PB but I'm not getting world record, I'd be so disappointed. Because I'm so close to it. I bet you've learned to learned to lean into the pain. That is a very, you shouldn't say that to someone. Ever. Probably. You can bounce off of that and then get a nice declaration, but I just can't seem to get it right. Don't have the timing. This is already way better than my PB, this one. Not the fastest, but it's still better.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very helpful when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
That was pretty much perfect, that was. Which is good, because I think it's a really good gold. Even though the time that's level is basically the same every time, it's still gold.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this
3
explicit
seconds ahead of world
about
record, but
exactly
I have
what
so
he's
much hope to
doing.
lose
So
level up,
there's
which
that.
is what's scaring me.
But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Hey, save time. Equalize. Because that was basically perfect, and my PB was. Oh, I have 2 seconds to save here. Oh, damn, that is disappointing. Because that means if I hadn't messed up prison, I would be more record pace after this level. And hopefully I'm very consistent in one. Just a more record pace. I am looking for a machine. What? I think it's very clear what they said, Coda.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet.
Wow, that was really solid.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash. Seeing this game at the time that he made it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about, and I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
I think this will be a time. This will be a time save.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so low.
Alright.
I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Alright. Oh, please don't freeze on me game. Please, whatever you do. or crash, whatever. Because this level is prone to crashing for some reason. Right, I just need to save 2 seconds, and I would have a world record by about 1 second, obviously. But not gonna happen. All to fucking prison. Oh well. Some time to save here. That was brilliant. That was incredible.
And of course,
I got the skip perfectly. And 11 seconds ahead of world record. Perfect. Fucking perfect skip there. This could gold actually. Alright, let's get through here. Yeah, we're good.
look around here. You can step back out the door you came in through. So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after we made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Yeah, god damn it, not perfect.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of. Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
God damn it. Alright, 2 seconds. Oh, 3 seconds to save here, basically. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go, tower.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. it feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
It does.
Except that all the
I really
walls
hope I
of
don't
the maze
mess
are
up the
invisible.
code, because I have done that
Every time
before
you
on
touch
really
one of
good
the
pieces
walls,
like
there's
this.
this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's
That
frustrating.
wasn't perfect, but it was
Because
still
it's the
pretty good.
opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand.
Yeah, that wasn't perfect. If I can get the rest
I'll
of
put the code on the
the
ground for you here, though, so that we
if I can get the rest of the level perfect, I should still save some time.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Can you go
Was I a
forward,
failure
please?
for not understanding this game? I don't know why I wouldn't
That
be.
is
It's not
bad.
like everything needs to have a solution. But I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend.
This tower
I had
sucks.
come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean,
Yeah, this is a really bad tower now.
and he wouldn't.
I'm not gonna save time at
I
all.
just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who
Alright.
played them,
I'll be right
they
back.
treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean? I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself. That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again?
All right,
Please.
let's get
I
a
need to
decent
feel okay
epilogue
with
at
myself
least.
again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Wait, what? A gold? Minus 13. Okay, here we fucking go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go, epilogue. 1 second to save. I just have to equalize my PB and I have world record. Oh no! Not a good start. Alright, whatever.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. Wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let's not mess this up. It would help if I actually had the right scroll setting on my mouse, rather than having to do it every second.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
Focus.
It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. But I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. So I'm just gonna... Okay.
Don't you dare slow down. This is so fucking close. I don't think I'm gonna get it because I have bumped what I did bump it at the start and I slowed down right there. It'll either happen or it won't happen. Please happen though. This will be a pain in the ass to go up against if it's just a PB. believe I got it, you know. I've got it. Yes! 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 It's done! It's done! It's there! We have world record! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! I did not think I was gonna make that. Oh, especially after that awful prison. Oh my god. I don't believe it. I fucking got world record. Yes! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Oh god! Wow. Holy shit. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Okay, calm down. Calm down. That tower. I don't know what happened. I thought that was awful, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently it was the best I've ever done. I don't believe it myself. And then that epilogue, there was a couple of bumps, but it was good enough. This run was insane. Like, holy moly, this was good. This was pretty bad, but I was hoping it's a goal, so that's that. I was expecting that. I got the time save there. I don't know what happened here. Down was perfect, nearly. Well, I got the skip perfectly. Gold at this like I thought I would. Prison was like the only bad level. I mean, I know there's a tunnel here, but it was still fairly decent. But yeah, prison was the only like really bad level. Losing 4 seconds out. I was hoping a near gold, to be fair, but I thought I'd at least be equal. And then this was good. This was not the same thing. And then this machine was a little disappointing. I thought I'd at least be equal, but no. And then that ending, the ending to that run was crazy. I was not expecting that. I thought I would just get a PB and just have to grind for a world record again, but fucking hell, man. I've beaten the world record by 4 seconds. You know what? I think I'm not done with this category yet. I want to see if I can be the first one to break sub 47, which I would have probably been able to do if it wasn't for prison. Actually, no, I would have tied 47. But that and I guess that was a bit better on stairs. I probably would have beaten it. But yeah, so I've got world record now, but I'm not finished with this category yet. I'm gonna get sub 47, and then I'm done. Oh, I don't believe that. I don't freaking believe that. That ending to that run was bonkers. And I thought it was terrible, but it wasn't.